Good evening. Good evening. Hopefully, you guys are all having a fantastic Friday night. I know it's Friday, and a lot of you are probably getting ready to get out of the house, maybe going to grab a bite to eat or do things that young folks do. So I won't keep you too long. We always say good time, not a long time, and we'll get you started with the forecast. I know that a lot of you are joining us at home on Atlanta News First Plus, our app, streaming us on Roku, Amazon, all of those good things. But there are also some folks that are joining us on YouTube on our live stream. So if you see me reference down a couple of times, maybe looking to see if there's some questions that I can answer about what's going on with your weekend forecast. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And let's start off with the next couple of days. If you've seen any of our newscasts over the course of the last day or so, actually for the last 5 or 6 days, there have been first alerts in the forecast heading into the weekend, and that was because we could see that there was going to be a system that was going to bring the chance of some scattered showers and some storms into view. So we are already looking ahead to the weekend because you're trying to get outside. First alert for some rain. That's going to start to move in on Saturday. And I expect some thunderstorms to be possible Saturday, but mainly overnight Saturday into Sunday. So going to be a very wet overnight hours for all of my folks that like to actually get out late night. I expect it to be a bit messy out there. Heading into Sunday morning, we'll be watching a cohesive line of rain and thunderstorms start to push into the region. That's going to move through the morning and early afternoon, and I actually think by the middle part of the day, things start to dry out, but we'll see some cooler air start to build in. So temperatures are going to be plummeting through the day on Sunday. So that cold setup is going to stick around into the beginning of next week, and that's why we're first alerting Monday, because temperatures are just going to be cold, and those feel-like numbers are going to be even colder. I want to give you guys a look at our severe outlook. This is for Saturday. This runs from Saturday 8 a.m. to Sunday 8 a.m. And we're going to be looking at the best chance for some severe weather off to the west. That level 2 out of 5, that's going to encompass a large chunk of the Mid-South. But that level 1 risk out of 5 stretches towards home. It's moving into portions of northwest Georgia, including a large chunk of the metro. This first alert really honing in at that potential for some of those thunderstorms as we head into the early morning hours Sunday morning. So roughly 2, 3, 4 through about the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to be watching some prefrontal showers and storms fire up, and then that main line move in. And while this is a level 1 out of 5 risk on the lower end, we still will have the potential to see some damaging winds, isolated, of course, in those rogue thunderstorms, but some heavy downpours likely, frequent lightning, but there is going to be a little bit of spin in the atmosphere, so that brief tornado cannot completely be ruled out. So these are all reasons for you to download the First Alert Weather app if you don't already have it on your phone. We'll alert you to any of those changes as these showers and storms begin to roll in. So let's give you an hour-by-hour playbook of what you can expect over the course of the next couple of days. And what we're going to be expecting is those clouds to continue to increase through the overnight tonight, but we're also increasing those rain chances for everyone who's stepping out tonight. I don't expect the rain tonight to be widespread. We're talking roughly 20-30% chance of showers through the overnight hours, but as we head earlier into the morning, 5, 6, 7, when folks are stepping out, grabbing some breakfast. I don't think many of us are waking up Saturday morning, but I do expect rain to be around through the 8, 9 o'clock hour. You can see here that this is not going to be everybody getting in on the rain, but there will be enough for some folks to have a bit of a slippery drive to the donut shop or to grab some breakfast. As we head into the afternoon hours, you can see how that moisture starts to trickle out, and we're just left with cloud cover and isolated sprinkles. So I actually fully expect there to be enough dry time Saturday, late morning, early afternoon, for folks to actually get out and get some things done. I know that this is a huge shopping weekend. Christmas is just around the corner. We're trying to get those last gifts that we need to get so that we can get them shipped and get them to their destination. I think Saturday afternoon, 12, 1, 2 o'clock, is going to be your best chance at dodging some of this rain that's going to move in. And not to mention, it's going to be the most comfortable part of the weekend, because look at these numbers. Temperatures in the city are going to be in the low 60s, so not bad at all. Let me go back one more. As we head into the later part of your Saturday, you can kind of see how some of those showers start to diminish. We'll have some dry time. Let's start this over, folks. My bad. New system, so we're pressing extra buttons. Let's get you into the afternoon. There we go. As we get closer to around the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour Saturday night, a little bit of moisture will start to push in. I do expect a stray rumble of thunder possible, roughly 7, 8 o'clock. But really watching the stuff that's off to the west, because that's going to be that main line that we are talking about that's going to produce the most widespread rain, the heaviest downpours, and have the potential to have some of those gusty winds embedded. And that's going to push in as we head into the very early morning hour. So I mentioned going out Saturday night and things starting to kick up a little bit. 1, 2 o'clock, we'll be watching some of those prefrontal showers and storms fire up, but also the stuff that's along the front that's going to arrive, moving into northwest Georgia as early as around 1 a.m., continuing to see that line push through the region as we head through the 7 to 8 o'clock hour Sunday morning. So I know a lot of us are heading out, getting up 8, 7, 9, going to church. I expect there to be a bit of a mess out on the roads. And I expect some of the winds to kick up a little bit as well. And those winds are going to eventually shift as this front pushes through. Those winds are going to become more northwesterly, and that's going to eventually start to funnel in some cooler air. So still dealing with some lingering moisture around 12 o'clock Sunday for folks that are trying to do brunch. But then as we head closer to the middle of the afternoon, you'll see that that moisture will push on out. We'll start to see folks drying out, and those cooler temperatures start to build in. So we're talking about temperatures falling into the 40s. And then sliding into the 30s. So the numbers are going to get cold. And you see a few more of those arrows. That's going to be those winds increasing. Those winds are going to easily gust 30, 35 miles per hour as this front pushes through. So that's just going to funnel that cold air in. So if you're leaving the house, going to church Sunday morning, 8, 9 o'clock, you'll probably need a raincoat. If you're going to be out all day, with you, you're going to want to have a thicker coat because you'll be able to drop off that raincoat in the car and change into something thicker because temperatures are going to be falling. Not to mention those wind chills, those feel-like numbers are going to trend colder too as we head through your Sunday night into Monday. As far as rainfall totals, we still fully expect there to be roughly an inch of widespread rain, 1 to 2 inches across parts of North Georgia, with some of those higher totals being in the extreme north part of Georgia, which as long as this doesn't come down all at once for some folks, this is going to be a good thing. We've been mentioning for the last few weeks that a large part of North Georgia is under at least some form of drought. So this rain will help alleviate that some. It will not erode it, but it'll dial it back a little bit, and any little bit helps. Let's look at your Monday afternoon highs, and I expect temperatures to top out in the upper 40s across most of the region. If you can get to 50 degrees Monday, you'll be winning. But those feel-like numbers are really what's prompting this first alert, because we're still going to expect those winds to be breezy. Kids are heading to the bus stop Monday morning, so we're first alerting that. Feeling like 25 degrees here in the city at around 7 a.m. Things start to improve as we head into the afternoon, and we'll see those feel-like numbers get into the low to mid-40s, which is pretty close to where temperatures are going to be, so it's going to be a little bit more manageable. I really think that morning is what's going to sting, and I just wanted to give you that heads up, which is why we do first alert. Meanwhile, 7-day forecast with the weekend in view shows that there are rain opportunities, and I do want to reiterate that neither day will be a washout. Saturday's dry time looks to be somewhere in the middle of the day, roughly 11 a.m. to roughly 4 p.m. Keep in mind there's going to be some spotty showers around, but as far as like real rain, I expect there to be a good 4 to 5 hour window in the afternoon Saturday of dry time. Sunday, the rain is going to be more concentrated on the front end. So I think the morning is what we see some showers, 7, 8, maybe some rumbles of thunder, 9 a.m. That line pushes through the region. At around 12 o'clock, you have that front pretty much centered over the metro, pushing towards the south and east. And I think that by 4 or 5 o'clock, we're actually starting to see some clearing. We may even get some sunshine in. Unfortunately, sunshine is not going to be the best of news for Sunday afternoon because we're going to be looking at breezy northwest winds funneling in cooler temperatures. So while it will be sunny and dry, it's going to be cold and temperatures will be plummeting. So hopefully you got all of that. Heading into next week, we start off the week dry and chilly, and the numbers do moderate. We get into the mid to upper 50s by next Friday, and we'll be dry for a nice stretch of weather. So hopefully I answered all of your questions. I'm looking at our YouTube followers, and I see some messages, but no real questions there for me. So I think that I will leave you guys with a 7-day forecast so that you can plan ahead, maybe do your screen grabs and all that good stuff. We have another newscast coming up at 10 o'clock. I know that it's Friday, so some of y'all may not be home, but you can always DVR it, or you can catch our newscast at 11 or our updates on the timing of this rain tomorrow morning with Courtney Jacobazzi. Y'all have a fantastic Friday. Be safe.